Have you ever worked with a confident salesperson who comes across as caring more about their success than your satisfaction? It's not your imagination, it's their intention. Intention is an invisible force we can't see, touch, measure, or prove, but we feel it. Intention speaks louder than words. It goes far beyond what someone says, does, or how they look, and it holds more significance than we could possibly imagine. For starters, it profoundly affects your sense of well-being. What's more is that it's your intention that holds the key to unlocking your purpose. I'm Karen Whitten, author of The 25 Mindsets. I set out to demystify purpose because I've seen how deeply misunderstood it is, but it doesn't have to be that way. When I discovered the things I'm going to share with you here, my life changed overnight for the better, and it can do the same for you. Discovering your true purpose is far easier than you've been led to believe. You can find your true purpose, and you don't have to travel around the world, take a sabbatical, or find a guru. By taking a few minutes today, you can uncover it and know it for the rest of your life. But it's not enough to just find your purpose, because the feeling of fulfillment that you long for comes from aligning with your purpose. That's why in this video, we're going to cover 3 things. First, we'll get clear on what purpose really is and what it isn't. If we can define purpose, we can find purpose. Next, you will find your purpose by following a straightforward 3-step process. Even if it feels like an impossible mystery right now, you'll soon see that it's something deeply familiar and at the very core of who you are. And finally, you'll learn how to align with your purpose. This is what's going to bring about the transformation you're looking for. It's this critical step where your intention comes into play, and it's also where most of us go wrong. But that's going to change. By the time you're done with this video, you'll not only know what your purpose is, you'll walk away with transformative tools and insights that will leave you feeling fulfilled. First things first, what is purpose? A dictionary defines it as the reason why something is done, and it tells us it has to do with our intention. And yet when it comes to finding our purpose, we turn it into something far bigger, a monumental pursuit we must uncover and accomplish to change the world in some way. Something like protecting sea turtles, feeding the homeless, or building a multi-billion-dollar enterprise. And these may be worthwhile activities, but they just don't capture the true essence of purpose. These are each examples of things you do, and purpose is not what you do, it's why you do it. It has to do with the intention behind your actions. So why is that significant? Well, consider these 2 scenarios. You go to a restaurant, the server comes to your table, and she has decided she is going to work you for a big, fat tip. Alternatively, you go to the restaurant, the server comes to your table, and more than anything, she just wants to make sure that you and your family have the best possible experience. What the server does in these 2 scenarios could be exactly the same, only her intention differs. Though this may seem like a minor detail, it is this subtlety that helps us understand what purpose really is. The dictionary told us that purpose has to do with our intention, but when it comes to your purpose, purpose with a capital P, your intention extends beyond yourself. Your intention is to benefit others. It's not to impress so you can get a big tip or make a sale. Your purpose is a heartfelt intention to bring about a desired state of being to others. Earlier, I highlighted a salesperson because it clearly shows us that intention matters. We feel it, but the salesperson was just doing what we're all guilty of, and that's not being intentional with our intention. We bring an intention to what we do, whether we are consciously aware of it or not. And if we're not, there's a good chance it will default to one that is self-directed. Consequently, we felt the salesperson's ego selling us. What we didn't feel was that they genuinely cared about our best interests. But we can shift our intention to one directed beyond ourselves. As a salesperson, we can sell a car so that the customer can be happy. We can sell software to a business so that they can achieve their potential. A subtle shift in your intention can make a profound difference. It impacts how you feel and how others feel. It's about our well-being, which, by the way, is a trillion-dollar industry. The very best thing you can do to improve your own and others' well-being is to align with your purpose. and it won't cost you a single cent. Your purpose is not about getting what you want, it's about giving it to others. And the truly magical part, it's by giving to others what you want most for yourself that you will finally feel how you have longed to feel. The specific state of being that reflects your purpose is what we're going to explore next. To find your purpose, you need to get clear on how you want to positively impact others' well-being. You'll accomplish this by following 3 steps. First, you're going to identify your desired state of being. Next, you'll identify what is it that you want for others. And third, you'll write your purpose statement. For the first step, finish the sentence, "More than anything, I just want to..." Let the answer come to you and write down your response. I'm about to share some examples, but I encourage you to jot down your initial response first. Of course, feel free to pause the video anytime if you need an extra moment. Here are the 25 responses I hear most. More than anything, I just want to be happy, be successful, be protected, be the best I can be who I am. I just want to feel secure, feel supported, feel safe, feel at peace, feel seen. More than anything, I just want to have stability, have peace of mind, have my needs met, achieve my potential, enjoy life. I just want to live life to the fullest, live a rich and fulfilling life, be free to be my genuine self, be free to live the life I want, be positioned for success. And 5 more than anything, I just want to make a dent in the world, realize my power and potential, be triumphant, feel good, and feel safe, be my authentic self. If you haven't already, complete the sentence now. If you need help, refer to the examples just given. Don't judge your response or pick what you think you should want. Just feel into what resonates with you. And if your response differs from the examples, that's perfectly fine. Once you've written down your response, you're ready to move on to step 2. Step 2 is similar, but you'll identify what you want most for others. This time, complete the sentence, "More than anything, I just want people to..." Think about the people closest to you. What do you want for them? Let your heart finish the sentence, then write down your response. When you're done, read your responses from step 1 and step 2. Are the 2 statements similar? If so, it's a good indication that you're getting close to revealing your purpose. As an example, I finished the first sentence by writing, "More than anything, I just want to be who I am." My response to the second sentence was, "More than anything, I just want people to be who they are and do what they do best." My 2 responses aren't identical, but they carry the same sentiment. If your 2 responses are not similar, no problem. Simply pause before moving on to the next step and look for something in common that you desire for yourself and also for others. It should not feel at all forced, but remain true and authentic to you. In step 3, you'll write your purpose statement. Interestingly, it doesn't work to say, "My purpose is to..." because you inevitably end up saying something that you do, and purpose is not what you do, it's why you do it. Personally, I believe this very statement is what has caused so much confusion about what purpose truly is. Instead, you will begin your purpose statement with the phrase, "I do what I do so that people can..." By phrasing it this way, you rightly keep the focus on your underlying intention. To write your purpose statement, combine this phrase and your response from step 2. For example, I would write, "I do what I do so that people can be who they are and do what they do best." Your sentence may read, "I do what I do so that people can enjoy life." Or, "I do what I do so that people can have wealth that affords them the freedom to live the life they want." It may surprise you, but you very well just found your purpose. Your purpose is to bring your desired state of being to others. How you do that is what we'll cover in the next section. But first, you might be wondering, how can I be sure this is truly my purpose? You will know because you know the pain of experiencing the opposite. If you've had the rug pulled out from under you and experienced instability, it makes sense you yearn for stability in the world. If you felt restricted or trapped, it makes sense you crave freedom. I spent much of my life feeling uncomfortable in my own skin, and that's why I just want you to be who you are. Our purpose develops from our pain. That is why it's so important, because we know the pain of not having it. And in this way, your pain serves a vital purpose. It reveals what matters most to you, and it highlights what the world truly needs. Without your pain, you wouldn't have this important purpose. So now that you found it, let's leave the freaking pain behind already. The pain has literally served its purpose. Now it's time for you to serve yours and finally experience your desired state of being. How exactly do you align with your purpose? You become intentional with your intention. Intention might just be the most powerful force on the planet, and yet it's useless if we don't know how to apply it. Here's how you can align with your purpose. First, you're going to see the mutually exclusive polarity at play involving your intention. Next, you'll understand how to ground yourself in your purpose. And finally, you'll catch yourself when you're misaligned with your purpose. All of this will lead to you feeling truly fulfilled. It's imperative that you see the polarity at play with your intentions, because seeing this will do a lot to put you back in control rather than letting intention run unchecked in the background. Here it is. Your intention will either serve others or it will serve your ego. When it serves others, you're aligned with your purpose. You do what you do because you care about others' well-being. You want them to feel safe, supported, secure, whatever that state of being is that you identified in your purpose statement. And in this way, it's selfless and it leaves you feeling fulfilled. When your intention serves your ego, you're misaligned with your purpose. You do what you do because you care how others perceive you, so your intention is to control their perception. In this way, it's selfish and it leaves you feeling unfulfilled. But here's the truly remarkable thing. The two are mutually exclusive, meaning the two things cannot be true at the same time. This was life-changing for me because in seeing this mutually exclusive polarity, I instantly knew my insecurities would vanish. I just needed to shift my intention away from myself and my insecurities and instead bring an intention that served others and aligned with my purpose. Up until this day, I had no idea I could choose and direct my intention, and I'll be the first to admit it stung my ego a bit because even though I didn't think of myself as a selfish person, I had been extremely selfish when it came to my intentions. On autopilot, my intention nearly always served my ego. My insecurities consumed me, so my intention was to ensure others didn't view me unfavorably. It is your intention that dictates whether you're aligned or misaligned with your purpose. When you're aligned, it brings an elevated sense of well-being as you finally experience what you've been longing for, that state of being you just defined in your purpose statement. When you're misaligned with your purpose, it erodes your sense of well-being, and it can be experienced as insecurities, imposter syndrome, needing external validation, needing to control how others treat you or perceive you, feeling unfulfilled, feeling that something is missing in life, feeling completely out of cares to give, feeling like you're going through a midlife crisis, or feeling the opposite of how you truly want to feel. All of these are signs of being misaligned with your purpose, and aligning with your purpose is the antidote to every one of these. Due to the mutually exclusive nature of our intentions, choosing an intention that benefits others means our ego holds no control over us. Now, let's shift to how to ground yourself in your purpose. The key here is to feel your intention, feel your purpose being fulfilled. Before you step into a situation that stirs feelings of self-doubt, read your purpose statement, then feel it in your heart. If you're going to give a presentation to your peers, before the presentation, ground yourself in the feeling of people feeling supported, seen, protected, that thing that aligns with your purpose and feels true and heartfelt to you. If you have a dance competition, ground yourself in the feeling of moving the audience emotionally through your performance. If you're headed into an interview, ground yourself in a feeling of helping the customer be the best that they can be. Do it in a way that aligns with your purpose. And if you're not sure what to do, read your purpose statement and ask yourself, what are things I can do today that will allow me to bring my desired state of being into the world? When you get your answer, feel how incredible it feels as others experience this state of being. And even though you're doing this in advance, feel it happening right now, the feeling of your purpose fulfilled. This is a feeling that emanates from your heart. It might feel like your heart is swelling or about to burst, or it might feel like a mantra prayer or a deep sense of gratitude. Practice grounding yourself in your purpose every day by feeling your purpose being in the lives of others. Finally, catch yourself when you are misaligned with your purpose. Anytime your insecurities arise, use that as an indicator that's there to remind you to align with your purpose. Then choose to shift your intention to something that serves others in a way that aligns with your purpose. This will happen. Insecurities will surface because our ego wants to make sure our insecurities never see the light of day and wants to make sure we're not exposed as a fraud. We all have insecurities. We want to be seen in a certain way because if we're not, we experience our undesired state of being. Personally, I don't want to be belittled because then I won't feel safe to be myself. Your insecurity may stem from a fear of being perceived as irrelevant, incompetent, expendable, or a low performer. Maybe you can't stand for people to exclude you, criticize you, judge you, or be disappointed in you. Whatever it is, everyone has insecurities. Everyone. It doesn't always feel like it because we don't all have the same insecurity. But what we do share is this: if our intention is to avoid our insecurities, we will find ourselves misaligned with our purpose. And we're capable of putting a ridiculous amount of energy into making sure we avoid our undesired state of being, when really we could just align with our purpose and actually feel how we wanted to feel. Serving our ego is exhausting, it's unproductive, and it's what stands between each of us and the fulfillment that comes from aligning with our true purpose. So be prepared to catch yourself. When insecurities arise, just think of it like the check engine light coming on your car. It's there, meant to get your attention, reminding you to realign with your purpose. Aligning with your purpose is vital to your sense of well-being, and it's something that is desperately needed in the world right now. There are kids, adults, so many people carrying unseen burdens. How we feel plays a crucial role in shaping our mental health, and the mental health crisis is deeply intertwined with our collective sense of well-being. As more of us become intentional with our intention, not only will we feel how we want to feel, together we'll make a difference in the lives of others. If you have family, friends, coworkers, or others who may benefit from understanding, finding, and aligning with their purpose, please consider sharing this video with them. I am dedicated to help people like you discover your true self so you can live in alignment with who you really are. I'd love to hear what you discovered in the comments, or you can find me at liveabovetheline.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being you. I hope you'll join me again in a future video.